there tends to be two types of people when it comes to getting over an addiction. And this is obviously an overgeneralization, but there are people that want freedom. They want to be free. They don't want to be stuck in meetings and all of that, the treatment and recovery apparatus. They want to move on with their lives, and they want to know how to do that. And then there are people who want to be led in a certain way. They want a sponsor. They want a therapist. They want to sort of be in the recovery world. And you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'm not saying one or the other is better. I know what's better for me, and that was, I've been in both worlds, and I wanted to be free. I wanted to look out at the world and not feel like I was in some subset called I'm a person in recovery. Like, I didn't want to define myself that way. I know there are people that are very proud of that. It defines them. They carry the addict and alcoholic identity right into recovery, and they hold on to that, and it's sort of seen as a valiant sort of battle that, and they're very proud of that. I'm not that guy. I did it for years. I was in AA, going to meetings. I was stuck in the rehab system. But they had to work pretty hard on me to get me to believe that I was this broken person. It wasn't in my nature to feel broken. And the alcohol had kicked my ass pretty good, along with the drugs. So I already felt low and beat up. But then when the rehab system told me that I was this alcoholic, this hapless victim, it was tough for me to buy in. Eventually they broke me and I bought in. But then I naturally matriculated out again, because I wanted something better for myself. I wanted my life to not be defined that way. So there are two ways that you can go, two general ways. One is the treatment complex, the treatment recovery complex. We call it the Recovery Society. And that is where you're led. You are, to a certain level, you're subservient to meetings and that model, sponsorship, therapies, and all of that apparatus. Or you can be free to do whatever you want and move on. Now, I know that sounds condescending, like, oh, obviously I'd want to be free, but if you really think about it, there's benefit to staying as a person in recovery, and that is there's less risk of life, because when you're free, it's open-ended. You're moving on, and you got to have some courage to do that. I think that the Recovery Society keeps you in a smaller world and keeps you insulated, maybe, from life's troubles in a certain way, because you're in this subculture with meetings and this insulated world that doesn't have as much risk, inherent risk. Risk of failure, risk of greater happiness, right? It goes both ways. So I think that it's really important to understand which camp you fall into. And if you want freedom, the freedom model is the way. If you want the other way, AA is your way. And try both and see which one fits. All right, take care.